What's going on, everybody? Just wanted to get on here for a few minutes and kind of update everybody on everything that's changed over the last couple weeks since our last video at Thunder Hill. The black car that we raced was actually my personal car and kind of a project that we had got about this time a year ago with plans of taking it to Bristol. We ended up not taking it to Bristol. We took another car that you'll probably see in a later video up there. But anyway, that's not part of the story right now. But we actually sold the black car last Saturday to a guy up in Georgia. I think he said he's going to race Noah and a few other tracks out that way that are starting to pick up the class. Modified's never really been that big in Georgia, so it's kind of a new thing. But the way he was talking, it's growing pretty quick, just like it did in Alabama whenever it came around. But anyway, so we don't have a race car at the moment, so we really hadn't had a whole lot of anything to talk about. So right now our plan is, I don't know if we're going to make the Ice Bowl or not. We're planning on running modified again for 2023. Probably not going to chase points like we did the last 2019 to 2020. We hadn't really messed with it since then, but probably not going to chase points. The way it's sounding, there's going to be some pretty good paying races within 3 or 4 hours of the house, at least a couple weekends out of the month, pretty much all year next year, the way it's sounding. So the class is growing, like it or not, so we're excited about that. Not really sure what kind of car, what kind of motor, what color. Hopefully the number will still be 28 on it next year, but other than that, that's probably really about all we know for sure. But anyway, since we sold our car, we really hadn't had anything exciting going on the last couple weeks. Just a lot of planning and organizing. If you got a race car or know somebody with one or involved with one, you know how neglected your shop and toolboxes and trailers and everything can get through the regular season. So right now it's just planning, a lot of maintenance, a lot of cleaning. But I figured I would kind of show you guys what we do when we're not racing. We don't just race all the time. We don't get to work on race cars every night. Me and my dad are partners on an automotive machine shop here in Hartselle. We mostly specialize in like commercial accounts, garages, and big truck shops. Pretty much anybody that works on some kind of motor, whether it be in a car or a generator or a dump truck, or even we do a lot for like two-stroke hunting, like duck hunting boats. We really go after those kind of people. We do a little bit of race motor work, but mostly we don't advertise it a lot. We do our own stuff for sure, which mostly keeps us busy, especially my junk. I keep something going up here all the time. But I thought I'd kind of show you guys what our automotive shop looks like. We've it's divided into 2 parts. This part is where if we do any heavy work on the race cars, like scaling the car or any kind of heavy fabrication, I'll bring it up here, but I'll show you guys. So this is the side where we do fabrication work, any tube work, bumpers, scaling the car, anything like that. This is the side that doesn't really make money. Work on race cars over here mostly when we got room. This is it's actually a Mercury Marquis Ford LTD factory stock car we built for my dad a few years ago. We've never really got to run it enough to get the bugs worked out of it. We're gonna run it for sure next year, whether he does or I do a little bit at some big races or whatever. But it's a really, really good car. And it's a shame that hadn't got to show what it's capable of since we've got it finished. But we're big Davey Allison fans, Alabama Gang fans, if you hadn't noticed by the 28 and these paint schemes that we run. I actually started in a car that was twin to this back in 2006, and we won a lot of races in a car like this. So we definitely need to get it to some tracks next year and not have it sitting around. We got keep our tires up there. We got tire racks over here, tires up there. That's a few checks that we've won the last few years. Not as many as we want, but it's better than none for sure. This is our sheet metal table. Work area when I'm not doing sheet metal. This is Burke Telhausen. I was doing some welding on it last week. We got our grind scales back there and our sheet metal brake. We do all of our own sheet metal work. We pretty much can we could build a bare chassis if we wanted to. We don't do that very often at all. We can take a stick of tubing off a rack, and build a bumper or a chassis or whatever. If we need to do some kind of repair, we can do it. Do our sheet metal work, wire car. We do some small powder coating, not a whole lot. Just if it's something that I feel like taking the time or I think paint won't stick to it, we'll powder coat it. Do all our own motor work, obviously. I've usually got some kind of junk sitting up here that I'm trying to work on that gets in the way, but I usually try to keep some kind of motor going because you never know what'll happen, or you just never know. But I'll take you over here to the machine shop and show you what kind of machines we've got and kind of tell you how long we've been here and stuff. So this is our machine shop. I'll walk you around it and show you what all we got. We've been here since 2016. We've started with a handful of these machines, and we've slowly kind of accumulated more. We usually try to buy something fairly decent each year, just to add to it. You really can't tell much about the room just off of a video, but this is a crankshaft balancer, Van Norman crank balancer. This is kind of the machine that I run. I really like balancing cranks. We just started that about a year ago. I really enjoyed learning how to balance, the different types of balancing you have to do for different kind of motors. Just how much of a couple grams can make a difference in a motor, from 2,000 RPM up to 8,500 or 9,000 RPM. It's pretty amazing how much a few grams can multiply and add to the journals on a crank if it's not done like it's supposed to be. This is where we kind of stage all of our incoming stuff. We try not to let it sit around too long, especially if it's dirty. If it's dirty and it comes in, it usually goes straight to our washroom, or we at least run it through our first cleaning, just so it looks better. When you go to grab it, start working on it, it's not so bad. This is our washroom. Definitely not the best looking room in the building. Everything has to go through here. When it gets here, and when it gets ready to leave, it's got to go through here and get a final cleaning. This is our heated parts washer. It's got a table inside that spins. Gets everything really clean. Does a really good job. We got a LS and Jeep and big block Dodge. Some of my junk. This is our honing machine. Not much to look at. Finishes them up after they come out of the boring bore. Try to keep everything clean as we can. It's a machine shop. We still try to keep it clean. Bead blaster. This is our main work table. Definitely where we do all our head work, tear down and reassembly and stuff like that. This is our small CBM cylinder head block surfacer. This is really the first big machine that got us, I guess, in the business. We definitely use this machine more than anyone in the room right now, for sure. This is pretty much the same machine, different brand, but it's about twice the size of the smaller one. We bought it about a year and a half ago. to do big commercial diesel heads and blocks and stuff like that. It's kind of not a big thing in our area. Not a huge demand, but it's definitely something that's needed around here. This is our seat and guide machine. We use it quite a bit on race stuff, and especially older heads that were engineered when leaded gas was around. If you worked on an older motor, you usually know. The seats or guides or both are usually wore out, need completely reworked. This is a block I got up here doing a little bit of cleaning, getting all the gasket surfaces cleaned up. He's not getting a whole lot done to this one, just some cam bearings and stuff. Then it'll be headed home. We run two dehumidifiers in here all day, every day. In the summertime, we can usually pull about 5 gallons or so out of the air, out of this little room in a 24-hour period. So it's pretty crazy how humid one of these shops can get. But you can't have rust, especially in this line of work that we're in. This blue fixture here is actually an overhead crane that we built that runs the whole length of the room. Can't really see the crane over there, but it's an I-beam that goes back and forth, so we can pick up a motor without ever having to use a cherry picker to move a motor around the shop, because we really just don't have the room to drag a cherry picker everywhere. So that thing is definitely one of our best tools. We designed it ourselves, and man, it's ran flawlessly since we've been down here. I think that was probably really the first thing we put up. But anyways, just wanted to get on here and give you guys a quick update on what we got going. Hopefully in another, I don't know, 2 or 3 weeks, we'll know more about what we're going to do, what we're going to do it with next year. We know for sure we'll be in the modifieds again. Don't really know what chassis, what motor, what color. Hopefully the car will be 28 still, but the way our luck's been lately, we may change everything, see if we can turn things around. It's been a really bad year this year, and last year wasn't a whole lot better, but it was a little better, so we're looking to get better for next year. But I'll try to make a video next few days, show you guys something different, because there's no race cars to look at right now or even talk about, but I'll come up with something. We got a toter home, maybe take you for a tour around our shop at home, show you what all we got. We got some neat stuff in there. But anyways, thanks for watching. Just like and subscribe and follow us along. Thanks.